Welcome back to It's Me. I'm live the 26th. We Tribute, which is a playlist and a show that we started here on the channel. The little intro is something that we movies. So this school is, you know, you both, and that is stories to tell. Hopefully, if it was not illegal, and you know, you can look back on it and laugh about it. So the Goonies is a cult classic, very much like The Last Dragon. It is a movie that you must watch before you leave to the upper room. Steven Spielberg production. So 1970. One here. If you're not familiar with the Goonies, I'll just give you a little tour. This movie also premiered a lot of people's career. Josh Brolin, Seth, Corey Feldman, who did not launch his career, but he was already in his career. A lot of great actors in this movie. Danny DeVito, she is in this movie, and no mother. So what you have is two bank robbers, their brothers, along with their mother, who breaks one of them out of the local jail in Aurora, Oregon, where most of this movie was filmed. And I think it's Aurora, Oregon, or Astoria, Oregon. That's what it is. Astoria, Oregon, small town. Break them out the local jail, hide them out in a restaurant off on an island that just so happens to have some buried treasure there. You have four friends. They are good friends, and they are fearless friends. And I forgot her other friend's name. I think her name is Kate. But they go on this treasure hunt to find One-Eyed Willy's buried treasure, which is supposed to be a urban myth in the local town. He is allegedly buried. So let's go on this voyage to go find One-Eyed Willy's treasure with the Goonies. If you would like to watch along with me, because due to copyright, HBO Max, if you have a subscription, I am at the 1 hour and 8 minute mark, and this sloth, a baby Ruth. There you go. Now, to make this a little bit interesting, while we watch this and react to it, we will also be reading off some unknown facts, behind the scene, movie trivia for the Goon that does not, but that's what we have. Hope it doesn't come while I'm live, but if it does, we'll have to take an intermission and go pick that up and get back to the show. But that we'll cross that bridge once we get there. Pretty sure he smells worse than that.
Look at that! Triple stone! We got you down, One-Eyed Willy. Coming up right behind you.
So this movie was celebrated in 2020. Its 30th anniversary. The story, The Goonies, was conceived by Steven Spielberg, who was the playing, but he did elect Richard Donner to direct the film, who I told you comes from the Superman. Now, it's Steve Astin. I had it right. It was Steve Astin's. He auditioned for this. You can find his audition tape on YouTube from 1984. And again, it was shot mostly in Astoria, Oregon, outside of the other location, which was the Warner Brothers sound stage. There you go. Chunk was played by it's not. It's stuck, y'all. See, it's always something. Chunk was played by Jeff Cohen, who is, the heaviest set child in the Goonies pack, and he contracted chickenpox. So he didn't want to lose his part, and he ended up going anyway to go out for the film with the chickenpox. And it's supposedly when he does the truffle shuffle, you can see it, but I don't see it. He did later go on to become an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah, like the time you told me about the Iranian terrorists who took over all the steakhouses in the city. Just like that last prank.
So Sloth has broken out, and Chunk is called the police. Speaking of Sloth, it took 5 hours to transform the actor into him, and he was assisted by a remote controlled eye. There you go. They're going to the men's room. don't think you was supposed to do that, but yeah, uh-oh.
We'll see what she's bragging about, will you?
Hurry, I'm in here.
Oh, she's not kissing Brand. She's kissing Mikey.
Wrong way, little boy. This way. Okay, you pick. Tell. There's something weird.
I'm sure it is something weird. Like the fact that he wore braces and it was Brandon's little brother. Yeah. And if he is one of the hobbits in Lord of the Rings. He played Frodo's best friend. There you go.
Crazy, you're here. Guys, this way out. This way, this way. Come on, guys, right through here. Let's go.
Oh, they don't even know. They're almost there. And if you ever wondered if this was a lot like Indiana Jones, well, not so much, but he did stop by the set during production. Harrison Ford. Oh my goodness. Data in his contraptions. Bad. Oh my goodness. Who would shoot at children? What an evil man. Who would shoot at kids other than the evil? Yes. the famous part of the piano made out of skeleton fingers, if you didn't notice. Ew. So this movie actually spawned a video game at the time. This movie came out in 1985. Or in ZX Spectrum. Corey Feldman later described this movie as the Willy Wonka of our generation. Sean Astin got to keep the treasure map from the movie, but his mother later threw it in the bin after mistaking it for trash. Shame, shame, Mom. Shame, shame. Donner himself cameos as a policeman during the closing sequence on the beach that would have seen Corey Feldman reprise the role of Mouth. I've always thought this movie should have been remade. I think it still should be produced by Steven Spielberg if it is remade, just to keep its originality. But it's been mix of films. They've even redone Star Wars. Why not redo the Goonies? Think about it. In 2007, a musical adaptation was proposed. Even though Spielberg and Donner discussed it, the project went nowhere. In February 2020, Sarah Watson, the creator of TV show The Bold Type, began work on a pilot drama series in which a woman helps films create a shot-for-shot remake of The Goonies. That sounds like it's a good idea. We'll get into some more later. Even though sliding down those water tunnels was probably scary, it still looked the funniest. I will say the most traumatic part in this movie is when Bran is on the kiddie bike after his little brother and his friends, and Troy, the asshole, grabs his hand while in the car and speeds up and causes him to go off the cliff. That is the most traumatic to me. I feel like that's something somebody would do in real life, and I also feel like that is so dangerous. Like, why would you do that? I hate that part. I can never really watch it because I'm like, I can just feel the panic in the person, you know, and the bullying factor, and the girls in the car. It's just so realistic. Good job to the movie makers and the actors. But that part is still the worst for me. And they have found One-Eyed Willy and his ship. Which I always said even when I was a kid and I watched this, I always said this had to be fake because it has a waterfall. The water so low. For that ship to be down there for that long, it was in structurally sound, good condition. They able to walk all on it, walk through it, lean up against railings that don't fall, but it has decaying skeletons. And he just so happens to fall through the floor, but nothing else wrong with the ship.
Why didn't you use the stairs?
The stairs are still in good condition. No water on the boat. None. Right next to a waterfall. It's just damp. But they walking on it fine. Oh my goodness. Well, you found One-Eyed Willy, Mikey. Mind you, they have been gone a complete night. It should be the next morning. And they haven't even slept. They just been going at it in this adventure. They done been under the city wishing well, slid down water tunnels into a cave, and now they on this ship. But it did come out worth it. It had jewels. There is a treasure.
I'm not boss. You've been expecting me. Man, I need you. I have one piece.
Him and his asthma pump.
That's why they call you One-Eyed Willy. I got a long comment.
Is that supposed to be a cigar in his mouth that's still in good condition? I mean, I think the laws of preservation have been broken in this movie, but hey, I'll go for it. It's still a classic. I still love it. I grew up loving it. I loved it since the first time I watched it as a kid. I would let my kids watch it if I had kids. I recommend you let your kids watch it. Let your kids watch some of these classic movies, you know? Doesn't hurt. They're a little bit more imaginative and creative than what they watching right now that's new, trust me. We won't do them no harm. Might sharpen them up a little bit, you know? Okay, so while they take some of the treasure, let me check on my order. Okay, cool. We're doing real good.
Save that for later. Anything else?
Man, that's like Jackpot City.
Got my marbles.
But I've never heard of anybody finding treasure and keeping it. I've always heard of people actually having some high integrity and finding treasure and turning it over to, you know, museums and curators and authorities to be
We can leave a trail of tools.
put up.
And then we can
I've never really heard of anybody finding anything. And if they did find it and keep it for themselves, they sure did keep their mouth closed, which is what they're supposed to do. But I could see why they would go ahead and turn it over too, because you know how suspicious and, you know, will anybody really pay for it? You know, then it's gonna be like, where did you get it from? If you try to auction it off, probably at a high value auction, they probably want to see paperwork. So it would be it'd probably be too much to try to get rid of it and get money for it. So that's why they probably turn it over. Data and his contraptions. Well, it knocked the gun out of his hand, but now they got swords on him. Well, let me tell you, they don't call him Mouth for nothing. He had all them jewels in his mouth. I don't think that water was, if they could stand in it, I don't think it was deep enough for them to be diving in from that high up. Yes, Sloth to the rescue. Ooh, and Chomp. Now here's the thing though. I understand that it is explained that his deformity is supposed to be due to him being dropped as a baby, but I always thought to myself, how high up was she when she dropped him as a child? Because my goodness, for his face to be that deformed, did she drop him from the 3rd story in a house? Like, did she drop him from the roof? What is going on? What, did he fly out the car? Oh, I never noticed that she punched Mama in the face. Mama even got punched and throw Mama from the train, now that I think about it. Sloth ain't that dumb. He gonna get him. Oh. Now he didn't fall through the ship. Boom. Good for them. So just so you know, from beginning to end, this movie is 1 hour and 53 minutes long. It is quite lengthy, but it's worth the full watch. Let's get into the rest of the trivia for this movie as it wraps up to the end. And the Goonies save their wonderful community of Astoria with the treasures from One-Eyed Willy, and the myth is revealed and broken as the ship sails into the sunset. So this movie was Josh Brolin, Thanos himself, acting debut. I told you about Chomp. Martha Plimpton recalled erupting in rage at Corey Feldman, quote unquote. I was sitting at the typewriter doing my homework and he came over and started annoying me. I got up from the typewriter and got you on the floor and started smashing your head on it, shouting, "Shut up, shut up." All right. Various celebrities set visited the set. Oh, I told you, including Harrison Ford. Oh, who climbed around in caves with the cast. The reveal of One-Eyed Willy's pirate ship was withheld from the young actors to ensure their authentic reaction on first take when it was released during production. So that means when we saw them like react to the ship sailing out the cave, that was original. Nice touch, Steven Spielberg. Nice touch. If you look closely, now I've been trying to see this for a long time. I still cannot find it. If anybody knows the timestamp, please put it in my comment section. If you look closely, it is alleged that you can spot R2-D2 from Star Wars on the deck of the pirate ship. Haven't been able to watch it. The name of the guy who plays Sloth is John Matuzak, and he is a former NFL player. There is a famous deleted scene involving an octopus battle, which I believe actually it released on an edition on DVD at one time, and I think Sloth fought the octopus, but it was removed from the film, but later referenced by Data. So there you go. Donner was so worn out by the cast's energy that he couldn't wait to get back to his Hawaii home, only for the cast to greet him in entrance when he got there. Cyndi Lauper was asked by Steven Spielberg to be a part of the project. You know, the famous "Good Enough for You" that's playing in the beginning of the movie. Yes. This film was on a $19 million budget, and it grossed $124 million. Roger Ebert's response to the movie was, "It's a fantastical story of buried pirate treasure, told with a slice-of-life approach that lets these kids use words Bogart didn't know in Casablanca." Beautiful touch, and I agree with that critique. I will still give this movie a 9 till this day. Right now, my rating out of 10. That's how good it is. It's a repeat watch. It's just a good adventure movie. It really is. I do enjoy it, and I think you would too if you have not checked it out in this lifetime yet. Back to some of the trivia to end it off. Oh, I think I've read everything. Yeah, I have read everything. So that's it. Okay. I've read all the movie trivia. We are at the end of the movie. There's like 7 minutes left in the movie. Go check this movie out, HBO Max, if you have a subscription. Let's get into the announcements that was shown in the intro at the beginning of this live. So I did want to start doing this. I'm not going to do it every, just the first month, so you guys can know what's coming up on the channel. Also, this just gives me a way of knowing that you stay tuned to the end of the video, the live, and watch it to the end. Thank you if you are still watching this video, the live right now, if you're still here with me. Thank you so much for your support. You are a trooper for sticking around to the end. Let me tell you what's coming up on the channel so you can be ready and excited just with me as to what's coming up. So, monthly movie tributes theme for the month of July will be summer blockbusters, okay? So that means we are going to be reacting to Top Gun, Independence Day, R.I.P.D., Free Guy, which is a replay, and it's a replay because they originally react to it, but it got taken down, so we're gonna do another one, and we're gonna end it off with Twister. Now, these movies will not be premiered in this order, but that will be the lineup for the July monthly movie tribute here on the channel of summer blockbusters. Now, for movie night coming up on the channel live these are the newer films that I do a reaction to on the weekends. So yes, I will be doing Candyman. I know it was scheduled last month, but I didn't get a chance to get to it. We will be still doing it. Last Night in Soho, Love and Monsters, Scream 4, and the remake of Red Dawn, which stars the guy who played Thor. I forgot his name. But yeah, that's the lineup for movie nights. So stay tuned, you guys. Please make sure you subscribe if you're new to my voice. Also, if you there you go. If you are new to my voice, please subscribe so you don't miss any of those movie reactions that are coming up for the month of July here on my channel. Thank you for watching this live with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit that thumbs up, okay? Like the video for your girl. Help me get promoted on this YT, please. And thank you. And also, I would like to say this. I know that I did start off the monthly movie tribute live, and then I moved to editing it and putting in movie. But the thing about that is I was getting copyright, and yes, it doesn't impact me because I'm not monetized, but because that is my end goal and my end game, I do need to watch how many times I'm getting, you know, those type of notices to the channel. So to ease off of that, I will be starting back to go live with the monthly movie tribute, and we will pick back up with doing the actual movies, edited versions of this playlist. But in the meantime, you're welcome to always rewind, check these previous videos out on the channel, on the playlist right over there, movie nights, my sports reviews, and we will be doing some other stuff that will be coming to the channel. I am trying to get myself organized, get my outside life out of YouTube organized so that I can pick this channel up for you guys. Make sure you guys also join me on Bigo. I keep forgetting to tag my ID and the website to my room and my channel over on Bigo, but I will be doing that and premiering that eventually to the channel, so you guys can come over there. If you are a participant and follower of Bigo, you can watch me over there. I'm gonna get off of here. In the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you next week for some new reactions. Until then, peace everybody.